We are in Las Vegas, Nevada for some of the coolest tips that you guys are gonna get in regards to shadow Pokemon. We're gonna try to maximize out and show you some strategies of some local players here that have some insanely good shadow strategies. And not only that, guys, you guys are gonna get amazing and great knowledge to further up your shadow game and make your account stronger in Pokemon Go for all the Shadows event and even outside of the events. So, you know what time it is. Welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. We flew into Las Vegas for my friend's bachelor party for 24 hours, and fortunately we had previously met Preston as well as Brian the last time we were hunting Pokemon in Las Vegas when I was out here for a different wedding for Brendan, and we were able to get ourselves a Hundo Heracross. And during that time, Brian shared that he was an avid and hardcore shadow hunter, and he absolutely loves shadow Pokemon, and he wanted to share a strategy with you guys and multiple different viewpoints and how to maximize shadows in Pokemon Go. So let's do this together. So in the beautiful city of very hot Las Vegas, Nevada, we have Brian and Preston. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Going good.
All right, so Brian, I met, when did I meet you guys? When, like
During the
Heracross.
Heracross?
Shundo Heracross.
Yeah, so
that was a
in the
good day.
Shundo Heracross video, I actually got the Shundo Heracross, and were you the one that told me or was somebody else? But I ended up showing you guys, and then we met, and so we had talked about this, and we were talking about having a cool shadow video because Brian over here has showed me some epic things that he has in his account. So I think first, Brian, before we get into some of your strategies, I want to see like your good shadow Pokemon, and then you show me your perfect. So we want to see the good ones first, and then we'll go into your strategy and then show you guys how to get and optimize your shadow hunting in Pokemon Go. Because let's just be real, not only are they cool Pokemon, they're some of the strongest in the game.
You need them to do those shadow raids by yourself, and there's some reasons to get them. So I think my main strategy that puts me apart from other people is I have a balloon strategy where I minimize the amount of time that I have to play to maximize the amount of balloons that I get. So my strategy is you wake up at 5:55 in the morning. It's early bird, but you only have to play for 10 minutes. You can even go back to bed after. You catch the 2 balloons from 5:55 and then one that pops at 6. And then pretty much the rest of the day until 5:55 in the afternoon, you don't have to play. You can go to school, go to work, do whatever you're doing, and just set an alarm, get back on at 5:55, catch the other 2 balloons, and now you got 4 shadow Pokemon with only 20 minutes of play.
Early bird catches the shadow.
Yeah, so that strategy is actually really good. So you don't have to worry about midnight or noon because on the I guess front side and back side you're catching both of those balloons, right?
Exactly.
And you get 4 balloons a day. So that, I mean, with very minimal play, you guys get good shadow Pokemon, right? Potentially.
Yeah, it's like 1,300 a year or something if you play every single day.
Yeah, so look at that. So just by playing, guys, it really does stack up. And Brian's gonna show us his good shadow Pokemon first, and then we'll get into the Hundos. And this is one of the couple strategies that you use, right? Cool.
So these are all my shadows. I got just about everything that you could want. There's a few I'm missing still, of course.
Yeah. What's the main one that you're hunting right now?
Timber is probably the main one. Also,
Okay.
Darumaka is really, really good.
Nice.
I'm here for the interview.
Let's go.
I'm here for the interview.
Can you interview us?
Hello, what are we talking about?
How are your Pokemon?
Pokemon? What is
Yeah.
that? Like
Pokemon.
the Pikachu?
Is that all you got?
My fire type?
Yeah.
My fire type's the stove, and cooking on it hurts
Nice.
sometimes.
Does anybody play Pokemon Go here?
I play Pokemon Go.
Do you?
So I was at the event when it was here, and I caught a Pikachu.
All right, Pikachu.
Pokemon Go, yeah.
I don't like that game.
I got
That's not your game?
Charizard.
You got a Charizard?
Yeah.
Here, I'll catch
My
a
entire church is addicted to that game. They play that game nonstop. Like as a group, they just go
What's
to
my
the
YouTube
park.
channel?
Oh,
The
yeah,
Trainer Club?
Pokemon Go.
The trainer. Oh, I see you guys.
Oh man, I don't have the app anymore.
No, I thought you were a Pokemon player.
We are.
Yo, if I gave you the name of my church's Pokemon Go team, would you go against them?
We represent
Are they Valor?
Wait, am I gonna be on YouTube?
Maybe, but you just lied about playing Pokemon Go, so how does that work?
Trainer.
I'm sorry.
Put us on YouTube.
Wait, Brilliant Mont. That's our school. Yeah, put us on YouTube.
We're Brilliant Mont. That. Oh, I don't even have to shirt.
Oh, we're about to be famous.
Oh my god.
He actually subscribed. I watch him hit subscribe on you.
Let me on the YouTube video. Yeah. Subscribe. Subscribe. Yeah.
Black Lives Matter.
All right, so that was not something that you normally see, but hey, when in
happened?
Vegas, right? All right, so we need your best shadows without the hundos. Let's see those guys first.
Okay, let's look at these. So I got a big list. I got the Garchomps.
Yeah.
I got.
Can you run us through with the IVs?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
scan
absolutely.
through them.
So I don't have the Hundo like you, but I got
That's
I got
okay.
some good ones. I got a bunch of Garchomps. Honestly, they're not that great, but they're good enough.
Yep.
Metagrosses, Tyrannotars, Raikus, Moltres, Mamoswines, everything. Snorlax, keep going. Got all this stuff. Arcanine, Magmortar, Scizor.
Man, you've really gone
everything,
after
Charizard.
it, dude.
I mean, it just doesn't stop, you know?
Yeah.
Holy crap, there's a shadow. I gotta go.
Dude, how often does this happen for real?
Like every time we try to do anything ever.
no way.
Yeah.
Dude, it might be frozen in your tracks. We gotta go get it. I can't help it, man. I can't help it.
Oh, it's Let's Rock and Roll. Freak out.
Oh, shoot. It could be a Cranidos.
All right, so we're at the Rocket Grunt. What would it end up being? It's an Archon?
It's
Oh,
an
yeah.
Archon.
Okay,
Just
okay.
an Archon.
Yeah.
False alarm.
False alarm. Could be good though. You never know.
Yeah.
Could be Shadow
I'll take
Hundo.
I'll take a Hundo.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing too with these shadow events is there's such a high concentration of shadows that in order to be efficient, you have to do a lot of playing during these events. And I would even recommend to play basically until you get something you're satisfied with. You know, if you spend 5 hours playing and you get nothing good, that's 5 hours that you quote unquote wasted.
Yeah.
But if you play that 6th hour and you get something good, it makes all 6 of those hours worthwhile.
Totally.
That's kind of how I think about it. So basically just focus on getting good stuff and be willing to grind until you get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that too, especially like the one thing about the Rockets is that it's not really paid to play, right? It's not like raid battles, which is one of the things that you guys, you know, obviously the shadow raids are pay to play, but for the Rocket Grunts, you can get pretty good quality, strong Pokemon, meta relevant Pokemon without having to spend a ton of money too.
Right.
Right. And so whether or not you're playing for raids or for shadow grunts, you're still investing the time. It just depends if you're also accompanying with money.
Yeah.
So how many and how do you focus on like shadow raids too? Is that like a big priority for you or not?
I would say it's a semi-big priority. I mostly focus on the legendaries.
Okay.
Maybe a Cranidos or something like that will get my
Bag on.
yeah, Bagons are good. Yeah. You have a higher floor for the raid, so they are
Right.
worth doing. But they're kind of sporadic, and I wouldn't chase it down too hard. Like you're saying, the best method is the free method, which is grinding these grunts.
Right, absolutely. And so you can grind the grunts normally, but in specific, what Brian's talking about is when there's the Rocket Grunt events, such as the one that's coming up here in a couple weeks, where they're pretty much everywhere, right?
You go to a big park with lots
Yeah.
of stops, and you can grind all day.
All day, they keep popping up, and so those times are to optimize. Oftentimes you guys will see the videos of the counter guides or whatever like that, and there's so many shadow Pokemon in the top. If they're not megas, you know, then there's shadows and shadow legendaries and so forth. And a lot of these, obviously from the grunts, you're not getting the shadow legendaries, but you are getting relevant Pokemon, and they're what I consider budget counters for candy, because you don't have to pay for the XL candy to be able to get them.
As long as it's not a leader, because then you have to have the Super Rocket Radar.
Yeah, or you could grind to them
True.
as well.
Yep.
So,
626, yeah.
yeah, exactly. So do you ever pay for Rocket Radars?
So I did when Beldum was out.
Okay,
When he was
that's
in
fair.
the leader,
When I should have.
the first time, I believe, I think he was in it twice. The first time, I probably bought like 20 or 30
Okay.
Rocket Leader.
I feel like I might do that for Bagon. So the funny thing is I've never got a Shiny Shadow Beldum,
Okay.
but I have a Hundo.
Wow.
And I got it in Kyoto, Japan.
The Shadow?
Yeah, the Shadow Hundo.
I think I've only gotten the Shiny Shadow from a raid.
From a raid.
Yeah.
What do you notice that the odds are for the raids? Do you think they're high, low?
I'm not sure I've done enough
For legendaries,
say.
it's the same as.
Legendaries, yeah, definitely the same.
Yeah. Well, but
Another
all the
Tortuga.
raids have a 666 base.
Right.
So it's significantly higher than anything else.
Right.
But
Have you ever
to pay for
purified
it.
a shadow?
Oh yeah. No, I have lots of purified
Yeah.
Hundos.
Nice.
Use hundreds of them.
But I only purify ones that are worth it.
Right, same.
I kind of actually like the idea of having A good regular, a good shadow, and a good purified. I don't know.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm hunting for my Mewtwo.
Yeah.
I need the the purified
Shundo.
Shundo. Purified Shundo.
And then
Or
you got to get the
purified
XXL Shundo after
Yeah,
that. It never ends.
it's
Bottomless
never
stomach.
ending. All right, Brian, give me some shadow luck.
Boom. Shadow Master.
308. I
Nope.
don't know.
No,
Y'all know the Hundo?
it's like not that, I'll tell you that. All right, so we talked about shadows for a bit, but today Shiny Zacian
Yeah.
is here, and we also want to do that. That's
We
also
do.
important.
We do.
I know it's not a shadow, but come
Yeah.
on, let's do this. So there's a Zacian over there. Let's go this way.
All right, let's go.
The 2188. Hopefully we
I
get
know,
a Shundo.
dude. A Shundo on video would be epic.
Epic.
Oh no, dude! There's a shadow this way. I gotta go. Sorry, I gotta go. It could be a
Darumaka. We're never gonna raid, bro.
Okay, so now I really need to know because I love Hundos. It's something that I've been collecting since day one. What shadow Hundos do you have?
Okay, I can go through the list. I got a Shadow for Alligator here, Hundo, that I just got this year. And this is my prized possession here. I got, I call it Thor's Lugia. It's a Shadow Apex Hundo Lugia.
No way.
Yeah. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Oh man, I've never gotten one of the shadow
Apex?
legendaries just
Yeah.
from any. I mean, not even just the
Oh,
Apex,
just-
but
oh,
just
right.
from the
right.
actual Giovanni.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that was super lucky. I'll tell a story about that soon here. I have a Shadow Meganium starter, you know. I call it Uber Swine. It's a Mammoth Swine Hundo.
Man, I'm jealous of that mammoth swine, dude. I've been hunting that for so
Yeah.
long. Every time I see a frozen grunt,
best.
I'm on it, dude.
Good, because you
On
should
it.
be.
Always.
You should be, yeah. I have a Kingdra here. I call it Queendra because it's a female. I have a Metagross Hundo, it's just like you got.
Nice.
And I have a Shadow Banette
No way.
and a Shadow Abomasnow Hundo.
Oh, dude, nice, bro.
So I got a nice mixture. They're all pretty strong, all cool looking. So pretty happy about them. But yeah, let me tell you about the story with my Shadow Apex Lugia. So if you remember with the quest line, we started out with the Ho-Oh Apex, and I got a devastatingly bad one.
Okay.
So I had this great Shadow account going, and then I get this bad Ho-Oh. So I'm really devastated.
Yeah.
But I try to, not get upset, keep going. I know there's a Shadow Lugia, so there's still a chance. Yeah, so when it comes to time to click my Shadow Apex Lugia, I'm like, I want to do whatever I can to get a good one here. So I think I need to get like a little superstitious here. I need to get a little goofy, get some evil energy from the, for the shadow, because it's like these corrupted Pokemon. So I go online and I look for some evil sounding music, Pokemon related, And so I'm looking through these metal songs, these different metal bands and stuff. I come across this song called Claydol.
Okay.
With a K.
With a
And
K.
2 L's.
And 2 L's. It's by this band named Morning Anguish. They're this really cool band. And it's this really heavy music, so I'm like, this is perfect. I press play, I sit on my bed, kind of like, meditate for a second, let the song build, and I click the button, and I actually hit the hundo. And I'm just like, what just happened?
And you already knew what the
I knew
Hundo
the
CP
CP. It was
Yeah.
1587. I remember it to this day.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm just like speechless, like usually you get a hundo or a shundo or something, you're screaming. And this, I was like so excited, I was speechless. It was the first time it's ever happened. Anyway, so that happened, and yeah, you should definitely check out that band and that song. It has some magic powers. It does.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Well,
right.
I know so the crazy part is that's my band.
Yeah, the crazy part is this guy's band. I didn't even know him at the time either.
So I found him like a year later in a raid, and his name in the game is Opeth, and that's a metal band. And I remember being in a raid, I'm like, Opeth, and he had long hair. I'm like, hey, are you Opeth? And we were like screaming from car to car. And he's like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, I like metal. And we're like talking, like screaming, like, oh, I play in a metal band.
No
we're like,
way.
cool, what is it? And I say it, and he's like, what? I know that band.
Yeah.
You got me a hundo. And I'm like, huh? What are you? I got you a hundo? I can't hear you. And like I still like barely even believe it, but like it makes sense. So I had a band called Sheer Cold, and like Destruction of Rayquaza was one of our songs, and I guess like you keep searching, you like find Pokemon metal, and it just so happened to be, and now we're like best friends.
Yeah.
Dude, that's such an epic story, dude. A Hundo Apex is like the ultimate.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think that will
I'm
ever
jealous.
be in raid battles?
please. He doesn't want it, but I
So
do.
Yeah.
So we fight about this a little bit.
All
of
the
course,
time.
Of course, it would make it less rare if it becomes
Right,
Selfish.
right.
So I think actually what might happen is they might release a Shadow Apex shiny
Please.
Ho and Lugia.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that could be
In the
like
raid
a different,
battles.
maybe a different quest line or
Yeah.
something, or a one-time get is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that a good use for elite raids would be Apex Shadows with shinies.
Yeah.
Because then it's like they don't become so common that I can grind for it the entire weekend. So you have less of a chance. Obviously, it's not as rare as what you have, but also at the same time gives you more incentive. Because I mean, like an Enamorous and then like a Mega Rayquaza, like they've already been out, right? So I personally think that would be a good use of it. It gives you a couple chances,
Yeah.
and the ones that are diligent and can go after those raids and have the strategy to try to get like 5 to 6 in that time frame would be able to optimize that a little more.
Cool. That could work. Yeah, and I mean, if they bring it, they bring it.
Yeah, I hope they bring it. I actually missed the whole thing because I wasn't playing Pokemon at the time because I was doing my music stuff so much. And then it's one of the things like, oh, I wish someone called me and told me about it. I took like a hiatus for a few months, but I hope they bring it back. And like you said, if they put it in elite raids, you can already get Lugia so many other ways. It was like literally the first legendary, correct? So it's like so many people have it in their decks. To me, that's like, if you're gonna do elite raids again, which I know it's not popular, at least do a Pokemon you can get in the decks. With the Enamorous, that was the only way you could get it, and I don't think that's a good idea. I think they should have had other ways to do it, and then you could do an elite raid, kind of like how they do with Rayquaza, but I don't know. Elite raids kind of suck anyway, so.
They do make a little bit of a challenge for sure.
Yeah.
I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.